What's up, Unlimited Lifers? Coach Corey here. Together we'll do it better. And today is a special training for you guys. So I'm going to show you guys over the course of 30 days to go along with this 30-day live challenge. I want to show you guys like what I do to start building my following, how much time and stuff I spend on social media, and how I kind of do that, right? So I'm going to give you short and sweet videos. I'm going to try to do them as as short and sweet as possible, going over one topic per day. That way it's easily digestible, and then you guys can always come back here to the guide section of this group and rewatch these videos whenever you need to, right? So instead of doing one big long video where I'm trying to brain dump everything, I'm going to give you small pieces. That way you can just come back and just see the piece that you need. So in today's video, right, day one of this 30-day course, if you want to call it a course, right? It's just a training session, learning lessons or whatever. I'm going to be going over, the most important thing that you need to have established before you get going, right? Like before you even try to build out your following and all that kind of stuff. The most important thing that you need to do is, first of all, kind of brand yourself, right? So your personal profiles, and this goes for any platform. Throughout this training, I'm going to really focus on Facebook and Facebook groups. I'll show you how to set up a group and stuff like that in the future. But ultimately, you want to set yourself up on every platform possible, any kind of social media platform. Even if you don't plan on using it, it's still good just to get your profile set up, because ultimately what we want to do is we want to make sure that we're branding ourselves in a way that when people go to search whatever, they're going to find us, right? So one of the most important things that you want to do when it comes to being an online marketer, influencer, whatever you want to call it, if somebody Googled your name, are you filling up at least the first full page of Google, right? So if somebody Googles my name, if you Google my name, Corey Gulick, you're going to see that the whole first page is all stuff about me, whether it's like podcasts that I've done, all my social media, so Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, all that kind of stuff. Like, you're going to find me on that very first page, right? And ultimately, you want to be on the first page. You want to be all of the first page and then into the second page at least, because that way, if somebody's Googling you, you're going to be the one that shows up, right? There's not going to be somebody else that shows up. So the first tip, guys, is to just make sure that you fill out all of your profiles on all your different social media platforms. Now, with that being said, I'm going to share with you really quick, kind of like what mine looks like right now as of the recording of this video. But I'm going to go over the key features of what you guys need to do. So the thing is, you can go, I know I offered this before, but profitableprofiles.com is, Blake Newbar's program on how to set up your personal profile. And if you join that, guys, you get a bunch of funnel templates and stuff like that go along with it. But I do give you guys a free example, at least, of a Canva template that you can use to set up your personal profile. The most important thing is that no matter what platform you're on, always optimize it for the mobile version and not necessarily the desktop. Reason being is most people are on their phones. Like, we live in a world where this is always on us, and it's typically how we're searching and interacting on social media, other than the people that are like really just working from home or whatever, that are on their computer. So make sure that your personal profiles are always optimized for your phone, right? Your mobile device, whatever that might be. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen real quick. So this is inside of our group here, but I'm going to go over really quickly what to do, right? So inside the group, and same thing applies for your group and stuff too. So you'll see here, Unlimited Lifer, that's the branding here. You can see my logo in the background kind of, but I kind of just explain what's going on inside the group and then my URL, right? But let's go ahead and jump over to my profile so I can show you what's going on here. So you'll see, first and foremost, we are on the desktop. So this is the desktop version, but you can see in big writing, I just have like a quick title. You guys want to make sure that your title here is going to be geared towards whatever it is that you're trying to get people to go to, right? So this is called the profile funnel. We're trying to get people to interact with us, or we're trying to get them to follow us into a certain area. So in the past, when I used to do Facebook group growth and that kind of thing, my title simply said, what did it say? I help out, want to know how to grow your Facebook group to 1,000 plus members in 90 days or less, click here to join my free group, right? And then you have this fake button. Now, it doesn't have to be that involved. In fact, I tell people that, the shorter and sweeter the better, because ultimately this title here, like, what we want to do is we want to get people to click on the photo, and then we can put whatever we want over here in the description of it, right? So if you can see, I have the 30-day live challenge here. This is what you guys are in, right? So this is a way that I can search, or people will find my my 30-day live challenge, the thing that you guys are going through right now, and then ultimately hopefully get them to sign up, right? But it's really important to have this fake button here in the image, because that's going to give them that opportunity to click on it, and then it just pulls up the description, and then that's where you can kind of go into details, right? So examples, again, my Facebook group, right? Keep this short and sweet, get them intrigued, get them to click this little image. Like, that's all you got to do. So playtime's over, full steam ahead. Like, people are like, well, what the heck does that mean, right? So then they're going to click on this, and then it's going to say, hey, join my 30-day live challenge for just $7 a month. I'll coach you in going live for 30 consecutive days and share with you all my best tips, tricks, and strategies to grow your personal brand and business, right? So that gets people intrigued. Like, what does this mean? Playtime's over, full steam ahead. And then come in here and they see what I'm kind of talking about. And then that gives them the link to go and purchase the 30-day live challenge, which ultimately gets them in this group where I'm going to teach you guys, just like I'm doing right now, all my best tips, tricks, and strategies to grow your personal brand and business. So again, you just want to make sure that this is going to be optimized for mobile. So you want to make sure that you can read the whole thing inside of mobile. You don't want it, cutting off half the wording or whatever. But make sure it's intriguing. You don't have to tell them everything about your business here, right? So I'm going to jump back on the screen real quick. So very important. Your cover image doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be this big elaborate thing. Just make it short and sweet, make it intriguing so that people want to click that button, because ultimately that's what we want them to do, right? We want them to check out that photo, and then in the bio or the description of the photo is where we're going to put our link to our Facebook group, or maybe a free resource that we have. A great one to do would be like, hey, if you want my free ebook on XYZ, click here, right? Something short and simple. And if it's something that people are interested in, they're going to click there and go there, right? Or if it's your Facebook group that you're wanting to grow, then, hey, join my free group to learn more about blah, 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 whatever that is. And I'll go over it really quickly in a minute, why this is so important to have this all set up, but I want to keep going. So just remember that with the cover image, short and sweet, to the point, get people intrigued to click on that fake button so that they'll come and follow you inside of your profile. So now back into it. We are going to talk about the next thing in line, right? So underneath that, you're going to have like your little bio, right? So here in my bio, I say I help entrepreneurs get comfortable and confident on camera. Together, we'll do it better. This is, you only have so many letters here, and I just threw this up really quick because I'm just kicking off the 30-day live challenge again. But ultimately, what you're trying to do here is you're trying to show people how you help people and how that works, right? So a great example here would be, I help entrepreneurs crush their fears of going live on camera through the power of my 30-day live challenge, or something like that, right? Something along those lines. And then ultimately, I'm going to jump back on screen because I don't like just talking to a blank screen, right? So, so what we're trying to do here is basically our own little mission statement, right? So I help blank do blank with or without blank, right? So depending on the pain points, right, you're going to do a with or without, and then in a certain amount of time. So I help entrepreneurs grow Facebook groups in 90 days or less without, friend requesting or sending an invite to every single person in my friends list, right? Something like that. But that's the basic statement that you want to get there. You want to try to nail that down to where it shows up in that box. Keep it, again, short and sweet, to the point. You don't have to go elaborately into it, but I help blank do blank with or without blank, right? So without the pain in X amount of time. And then that way people can understand. A lot of people have different stuff in there, like, mother, father, wife, husband, whatever it is. And really for me, because I use my profile just for business purposes. Like, I don't care what people think. Like, this is me. This is who I am. If you don't like it, whatever, right? So that's the second thing. Get that filled out, optimized to where people, again, anything searchable, right? So keywords, you got to remember, like, keywords everywhere. Try to optimize any kind of keyword. So I'm targeting entrepreneurs in here, and then like camera or confident, comfortable. If people are searching that on Facebook, a lot of people don't search Facebook, but if they are, they're going to find out, right? The other thing is the featured image. So this is really important. I know this kind of it gets kind of funky. Sometimes it doesn't work and sometimes it does. But typically you want to create a featured image, similar to this, that's going to do the same thing, right? Like click on the link above, so you can click on the link or whatever. I actually need to add my my website, because this is my agency site, not my actual group. So I need to put that in there, right? But anyway, same kind of thing. This is almost like an advertisement, right? You can use this little featured image. You just need to make sure that you create an image that's 15 by 15. And then that way it's going to show up like that little square, right? 15 by 15. You can do it in Canva. And then just make sure that you're pointing up to the link, or again, you can do the same thing where you put a fake button in there. They click on it, and it's going to take them to the description of that photo, and then that's where they can click on whatever, right? Now, when it comes to that part of it, you can kind of do it one of two ways. You can do it, similar to like I have it. So mine matches. I still have that train in the background, like I have the train in the background here. So it kind of matches. Or you can make this completely different to where it really looks more like an ad, and not a matching profile thing, right? So that's completely up to you. The whole purpose of this, though, is just to make sure that you do the same thing. Either click the link and put your link in your intro, or have another fake button here to where when you click on it, it's going to do the same thing, right? Join my Facebook group, Bueller 38 Live, or whatever, right? Same kind of thing. So just make sure that you guys got that nailed down, ready to go. And that is the most important part of it. Now, when it comes to other social media platforms, you guys ought to make sure, whenever you have the opportunity to fill out your own personal bio and make it a long, lengthy bio, always focus on keywords. So who's your target market? Like, what are the keywords that they use in that industry or that niche? Make sure that you're plugging all those inside of there, because ultimately anything that can be searched and discovered, you want to make sure that you are going to be showing up for those search terms, right? This is one of the things that I did on Clubhouse to grow my following so fast. Was I actually use other influencers, other experts and coaches and all that other good stuff inside of my Clubhouse bio, because I knew as soon as people started joining Clubhouse, the platform, I knew that they would be searching for certain people, and if they happen to already know who I was, I'm going to start ranking myself under people's names, right? And you can do this in all kinds of bios all over the place. The way that I would structure it if I were you, the same way that I did, is just say, people that I have worked with and or follow, right? And the reason being is because you don't want to say that you work with somebody if you don't actually work with them. But by throwing in that little twist at the end and or follow, it's going to be okay, because of the fact that, hey, this is people that I follow. It gives them a little shout out, which is going to help them out, which is cool. But also you get to leverage their brand and business as well. So when I joined Clubhouse, putting Russell Brunson in, before Russell Brunson even joined Clubhouse, right? I had him in my bio, and I was actually ranking number 1. If you search for Russell Brunson on Clubhouse, I was the first person that popped up. So it's taking advantage of those keywords. And that is it, guys. That's it when it comes to your personal profiles. Again, try to make sure that you create an account at least for all the different profiles. Even if you don't plan on using them, it's something that I highly suggest that you do going forward. Like, you should be trying to post. It doesn't have to be every day, right? But you should be using these platforms to leverage yourself and to make sure that you're getting ranked, especially when people are searching for your name on Google, right? Like, make sure that you're filling the full name. Actually, let me go to Google right now and I'll see. Let me see what happens if I just Google my name, right? Because I want to show you guys an example. Let me share my screen here in a second. Corey Gulick. I'll share my screen real quick and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. All right. So Corey Gulick, you can see here, Facebook profile, biography. So I'm a best-selling author on Amazon. So my Amazon book's showing up here. That's awesome. LinkedIn, Instagram, Audible. Let's see, some of the videos that I've done, right? 2 kinds of lives and all this other stuff. So you can see that I am showing up because of all these different things, right? So how to grow your Facebook group fast with Corey Gulick. That's Stasia's video, not mine. 6 of Corey Gulick podcast interviews updated daily. I'm not sure what that is. Oh, that was somebody else that interviewed me. So let's see what happens if I go to page 2. Vimeo Financial Freedom podcast. That's James. James's podcast. So it's showing up. Here's a whole bunch of images for me. Let's see. From pencils to website. That's another, episode that I did, another podcast that I did. Steps to achieving in specific time. So that's like a website, CoreyGillick.com. I need to go in there and actually fix that probably. Another podcast. That's not my obituary. That's actually my grandpa. Yeah, check that out. But there you go. So I made it, almost 2 full pages before it wasn't me that was being talked about, right? Like this is my grandpa, but I'm in the article. Obviously, same with here. This is my grandma. She died not too long after him. Changed my life. That's another podcast. So here's 2 full pages. Basically, these are ads, so I don't know what that is. But I've already made it 2 full pages of just me. So if you search my name, you are finding me, right? Fundraiser that I did. Yeah. So you can still see a whole bunch of stuff. I'm still showing up in other things. So that's the importance of it, right? That's why you guys want to make sure that you are creating these things, starting to do these podcasts and all that kind of stuff. And I'll go into that more later as far as, getting interviews and all that kind of stuff going, because that's going to help you out so much. But right now, just make sure that you guys are going out there, creating the profile, getting your profile all set up, make them matching across the board, right? So all of your social media accounts should all be same branding, right? Same colors, same pictures, basically. If you're going to use like a headshot or whatever, key for headshots, head and shoulders headshot, looking at the camera, smiling, is always going to be the best way to do it. But ultimately, that's what you need to do. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this training for today. And then, I'll be doing more trainings going forward to kind of start going, once we've got this set up, now how do we start building the following? How do we start, getting the right friends in our friends list? This path is going to take you over the next 30 days. I'm going to be sharing with you guys the path that I have done. And I'm going to be doing this again right now, so I can show you guys real live results of what's happening throughout the next 30 days. That way you guys can do the same thing, start building your followings, because ultimately you're doing this challenge for a reason. You probably want to have success going down the road with, with online entrepreneurship or marketing or whatever it might be. So I'm going to share with you everything that I've done. Take it or leave it, use it or don't. It's up to you. But this is what I have done. So that's all I can share with you. Until next time, guys, we will see ya.